everyone! Welcome to tingNtrends channel at may bagong video na naman tayo. And for this video, I will be discussing kung ano ang gagawin pag nabuntis ka sa New Zealand. What are the benefits? Kung may allowance nga ba from the government? And the expenses from day 1 of your pregnancy until na lumabas na si baby. So if you want to know the answers, please keep on watching. New Zealand is one of the best country for you to start or build your own family. Why? So let's begin by being pregnant. But please remember na yung mga benefits na to are only applicable if you have a 3-year working visa, if you are a resident or a citizen of the country. Honestly, I'm not really sure if marireceive mo din ba ang the same benefit kung yung working visa mo is less than 2 years. The most reliable people for you to ask with are the ones from the immigrations, so just give them a call. Anyway, let's start when you found out that you are pregnant. Of course, you have to buy or pay for your own pregnancy test kit na available siya in any groceries or pharmacy dito sa New Zealand. Yung price range is between $5 to $15 New Zealand dollars. It depends sa brand. The next step is kailangan mo siyang i-confirm through blood test. At kailangan mong pumunta sa GP mo or general practitioner or family doctor to get a blood form. Hindi kasi pwede yung mag-walk-in ka lang sa mga laboratories dito, tapos magpa-blood test ka lang. You need to have a valid blood form from your doctor. Okay, so nung pumunta ako sa GP ko, tapos sinabi ko sa kanya na I think I'm pregnant kasi nakatatlong pregnancy test kit na ako at lahat positive. So kailangan ko mag-blood test para i-confirm yun. Natuwa siya. So hindi niya na ako pinagbayad ng doctor's fee. Usually, doctor's fee here is ranging from 30 to 55 New Zealand dollars. So it depends sa specialty ng doctor mo. For my GP, she is charging 45 New Zealand dollars per visit or per consultation. Pero sa case ko, hindi niya na ako pinagbayad kasi congratulatory gift niya daw sa akin kasi I'm pregnant. One of the benefits as a pregnant woman sa New Zealand is libre yung blood test from 1st to 3rd trimester hanggang sa lumabas na si baby. So, kahit nakailang blood test ka, kahit mga naka-5, naka-10, basta may valid indication lang at may valid reason lang why you need to have a blood test. Libre yon. And then, pag na-confirm na positive nga sa blood test mo, you need to find a midwife ASAP, like as soon as possible. Kasi shortage din yung mga midwife dito sa New Zealand at maraming nabubuntis dito. Unlike sa Pinas, naghahanap tayo ng magaling na OB-GYN, tapos sila na yung mag-handle sa'yo from first consultation hanggang sa sila na yung magpapaanak sa'yo. Dito sa New Zealand, walang OB-GYN, puro midwife lahat. So, kung pregnant ka, sa midwife ka pupunta, hindi sa doctor, sa midwife. At sila na yung mag-handle sa'yo 1st, 2nd, 3rd, hanggang lumabas si baby and a few months after giving birth. And the best thing is they are available 24/7, meaning pwede mo silang tawagan anytime. So, if you have like concerns, like you felt pain, nausea, tapos may na-feel ka na unusual sa self mo, kay baby na hindi na gumagala, pwede mo silang i-call anytime to raise your concerns at para mabigyan kanila ng mga advices. So kahit midnight na, 2 a.m., alas 3 na ng umaga, it doesn't matter. And it's their job and it's their responsibility. Wala silang masasabi doon kasi job yun nila. Midwives are specially trained nurses to deliver a baby. Honestly, mas magaling pa sila sa mga doctors dito. Shh! Secret lang yan. And how to find a good midwife. Of course, mag-ask ka sa mga suggestion ng mga friends mo na may experience na kung paano manganak dito sa New Zealand. Or, you can find the list of midwives here in New Zealand at, ano bing website? findyourmidwife.co.nz. Doon makita mo yung list of midwives. Andun yung kanilang profiles, description, kanilang years of experience, which is very important, ang kanilang contact details, at saka yung availability nila for the whole year. I suggest na to list down 5 to 10 midwives kasi hindi lahat available sa due date mo. May limit din kasi sila kung how many patients yung i-cater nila per month. Kaya paunahan talaga, especially sa magagaling na midwives. You'll contact them, either phone or email them. And then whoever is available sa due date mo, dun ka na lang mamili kung sino yung the best, which you think na feel comfortable ka, kasi importante din yun na you feel comfortable sa midwife mo para hindi ka ba ma-awkward or hindi ka ma-hiya na sabihin lahat ng mga concerns mo. Dapat comfortable ka sa midwife na kukunin mo. Kasi syempre, she will be with you all throughout the process of your pregnancy and she should be really therapeutic for you. Dapat good ang relationship nyo sa bawat isa. Take note, midwife fee is also free. So, libre yung midwife dito. Hindi yun na porket marami kang pera, makaka-choose ka ng magaling ng midwife kasi babayaran mo siya. Walang ganun. Paunahan, everyone is fair dito. So, magagaling naman lahat ng mga midwife kasi hindi naman sila bibigyan ng license kung hindi sila pasado sa mga trainings, diba? I think all the midwives here are doing their job very well. So, like nurses na nag-work sa DHB or government hospital, yung government din yung nagpapaspaldo sa kanila. So, yan. So, like for example, finally, nakahanap ka na ng midwife. Tapos yung midwife yung nagsiset ng appointment na free kayong dalawa. Usually, yung appointment would run like about 15 to 30 minutes. It depends sa pinag-uusapan nyo. At saka depende din sa cases mo. Kung hindi ka naman complicated case, siguro mga 15 minutes okay na. Pero kung marami kang concerns at marami kang pag-uusapan with your midwife, so siguro maaabot din kayo ng 30 minutes. Kasi schedule din yan nila. Hindi lang kasi ikaw yung patients nila. Marami din silang mga patients. They are also licensed to give you a blood form request at saka ultrasound request. Kasi meron kang blood test every trimester to know kung okay pa ba yung mga electrolytes, kung okay pa ba yung iron mo, yung folic acid, lahat. Para syempre, kung merong kulang, bibigyan ka ng supplements. As what I've said, blood test is free. But ultrasound is not free. You have to pay 30 New Zealand dollars per ultrasound. Actually, mura na yon. Kasi yung original price ng ultrasound dito is $200 if you want to do it privately. Ang ultrasound naman kasi, you'll do that once every trimester. Or depende din sa case mo. Sa akin kasi, since day 1 at now na I'm 30 weeks pregnant, naka-4 na scans na ako. First was to know the gestational age of my baby kasi hindi ko alam yung last date ng menstruation ko, kaya nagpo-ultrasound ako just to know the age of my baby inside my tummy. Yung second was my 12-week scan. Yun yung scan to know if there's like abnormalities sa baby para malaman kung baby is prone to Down syndrome. Alam mo yung mga defects sa baby. The third one was my 22-week scan. Diyan nalalaman yung gender at saka yung anatomy ng baby. Chine-check nila isa-isa yung parts ng baby from head to toe kung kumpleto ba. And then, my fourth one was on my 26th week. Kasi yung baby ko is malikot sa tiyan. I was really concerned kasi half day na. It's been like 4 to 5 hours na hindi ko na siya na-feel na gumagalaw. Kaya tinawagan ko yung midwife. Sinabi niya naman na normal lang yun sa baby on 26 weeks. Kasi may times na doon nagsha-shutdown sila at nagpapahinga. Napapagod din sila. Gusto nilang dyan lang sa sulok at huwag silang istorbohin. Pero just to be safe na lang, binigyan niya ako ng urgent or emergency ultrasound para kahit na magbayad ako ng $30, it's okay as long as I know that my baby is safe inside my tummy, diba? And during the scan, I was so happy and thankful to God na okay naman siya. Yun nga, totoo nga yung sinabi ng midwife ko na nagsha-shutdown nga siya. Ayaw niyang istorbohin. So, natutulog lang siya kasi siguro napagod. Kasi kakalipat lang namin ng bahay ng time na yon. Lagi akong gumagalaw, ganyan. Napagod din siguro sa kakagalaw ko din. I don't know if I still have another scan kung meron pa akong ultrasound kasi sabi naman ng midwife, magsascan lang kung kailangan talaga. If there's indication, if there's any problem. Kung wala lang din namang mga problems, I don't need to have a scan. Basta healthy lang, basta active lang si baby sa tiyan, meron siyang heartbeat, at strong ang pulse and heartbeat niya sa Doppler sound. So, okay, so far, to give you an update about sa nagastos namin ni Christian, sa ultrasound ko lang ha, 120 New Zealand dollars na kasi nakaapat akong ultrasound. Also, one of the benefits of being pregnant here in New Zealand is yung antenatal class. It's also free. Pero hindi siya compulsory kung sino lang yung may gusto. Usually, yung antenatal class, they do it in the evening classes yun. So you can bring your husband with you to learn together how to cope with the pregnancy. Alam mo yung para ma-prepare yung self, how to deal with stress, with sleepless nights, lahat-lahat. So it's better na dalhin mo din yung husband mo para maiintindihan niya. Kailangan may participation din yung husband kasi dalawa din naman kayo yung gumawa ng baby. So, dapat dalawa din kayo mag-alaga, diba? So, it should be fair, diba? It should be fair. If you're here in New Zealand, tapos gusto mo mag-attend antenatal class, may website which is called planket.org.nz. Tapos meron doon mga contact details at saka i-email mo sila or call them on how to avail the antenatal class, kung paano magpa-enroll, at saka ask them on how to avail it. Of course, dito sa New Zealand meron ding antenatal class na may bayad. So if you want to do it privately, na konti lang kayo or mag-isa mo lang, you want it solemn with your husband, so why not? Usually, yung mga rate nila is between 90 to 150 New Zealand dollars. I think that's 6 weeks antenatal class or session. So, yun na yung babayaran for the whole course na. Pero, sa akin naman, doon ako sa libre, diba? Kasi parehas lang din naman yan. At saka, mas better if marami kayo sa room, marami kayo sa class, kasi you're sharing each other's technique, tapos marami kang support. Sa ngayon, marami na ding mga free antenatal class sa YouTube. Accessible na talaga lahat. Huwag na tayo magbayad ng mahal. It's 90 to 150 New Zealand dollars. Pagbili na lang natin yun ng mga stuffs for baby and for the baby's future, i-save na lang natin yun. Oh, by the way pala guys, before ko makalimutan, yung vitamin supplements, hindi siya free. So, if you have a blood test and then mababa yung iron mo, yung folic acid mo, yung iodine, yung magnesium, mababa lahat, you have to have your own supplements, vitamin supplements, and it's not free. You have to buy it. And vitamin supplements usually cost around 10 to 20 New Zealand dollars here, or even 60 New Zealand dollars here. It depends sa brand din. The next thing, on your third trimester, you and your midwife will discuss about birthing plan. Saan mo gustong manganak? Either sa hospital or sa birthing center. Ang mga midwives, gusto nila na sa birthing center ka manganak kasi the ambience is really relaxing, hindi siya stressful at saka busy katulad sa hospital. Pero yung suggestion naman kasi ng mga friends ko dito, based on their experience, especially na first time mom ako, sa hospital na daw ako manganak kasi you won't know what will happen on the process of your delivery. Kasi hindi mo rin maiiwasan yung mga complications like cord coil, bleeding. Pag andun ka sa birthing center, they don't have any operating room at saka yung nagsi-CSS, yung mga surgeon at saka mga doctor. Yung midwife, hindi sila nagsi-CS of course. So it's very scary kasi what if yung baby is na trauma na sa loob tapos you have to transport pa, magta-travel ka pa to hospital. So just for the safety na lang, sa hospital na ako manganak. Like for example, sa hospital is normal delivery ako, kailangan ako nilang i-discharge within 24 hours. Dito kasi, after manganak, mag-rest ka lang ng few hours. Gusto nilang maglakad-lakad ka na for fast recovery daw. Pero, if may complication ka, so usually nagsistay ka doon 48 to 72 hours. Birthing center and hospital are all free. So kahit komplikado yung case mo, kahit CS ka, maraming blood transfusion, maraming nagawa sa'yo, wala kang babayaran. Except, siguro sa paracetamol, sa mga painkillers or antibiotics. Pero yung mga gamot na yun, hindi siya mag-i-exceed ng 20 New Zealand dollars. Yun na yung maximum na babayaran mo for your medications. For the maternity leave, if you are working, you are entitled to have a 6-month leave or more. Depende sa company mo kasi benefit mo yun. And then, you will receive a maximum of 585 New Zealand dollars before tax from the government as your weekly allowance. Depende rin kasi sa salary mo. If mataas yung salary mo, yun yung maximum is 585. Pero if you have a minimum wage, pinaka-least na yun nabibigay sa'yo is, how much was that? 177 New Zealand dollars, I think. I'm not sure. I need to research on that pa. So, yung 585 na yan, at saka yung $177, kakatasan pa yan ng tax. Again, magsa-start ang government, magbibigay sa'yo ng allowance from day 1 of giving birth up to 26 weeks. So, almost more than 6 months na din. But after 6 months, wala ka nang matatanggap sa kanila. So, you have to go back to work para meron ka namang income for your family. Pero ako, I'm working as a nurse in DHB. Meron din yung DHB na benefits for their employees, apart from the benefits na natatanggap namin from the government. Not all private companies here are allowing their employees to take 12 months maternity leave. Pero yung DHB, isang benefit yun na pwede akong mag-maternity leave up to 1 year. And may guarantee na may trabaho akong babalikan after a year of leaving to take care of my baby. And then, apart from that, second benefit is I will still be receiving my salary for 14 weeks. So, 14 weeks is 3.5 months. And magsa-start yung salary na yun kung kailan ka nag-start ng maternity leave. So, like sa akin, my due date will be on July 20. Pero I'm planning to go on leave June 20. So, June 20 pa lang, kahit wala na akong work until mga anak ako, may salary pa rin ako for 3.5 months. So, kumbaga, mayaman ako in the first 3 months. Kasi, may salary ako from DHB kahit na naka-leave na ako. At the same time, may allowance akong tinatanggap from IRD. Pero after ng 3.5 months, IRD na lang yung magsusupport sa akin. So, mga 500 lang siguro yung matatanggap ko every week for 6 months. I'm planning kasi to have a 8 months maternity leave. Pag bumalik na ako ng maternity leave, yung baby ko, meron siyang allowance for the government, which is 16 New Zealand dollars per week for the whole year. And after a year, wala na. Wala nang allowance. Ikaw na yung bubuhay sa anak mo. So, di ba, at least kahit 60 New Zealand dollars per week na yan, makakatulong na yun, as in, malaking pera na yun to buy your baby's nappies, kung hindi ka nagbe-breastfeed, yung formula. Okay, for the application of your paid maternity leave, just talk to your manager or the HR, the human resource of your company. Sila na mismo yung magsasort that out for you. They will give you paperwork. You have to fill that up, sign, submit it to them again. Then, bibigyan ka lang nila ng instruction and what to do next. Okay, so I think yun na yun, guys. I know, marami pa akong kulang na hindi ko na-discuss, pero just feel free to ask me questions. You can comment down below and then I can comment back sa makakaya ko. Okay, thank you for watching and hopefully marami kayong natutunan sa video na to, especially sa mga first-time mothers, for those who are expecting a baby soon, at sa mga may planong magka-baby soon. Please do not forget to subscribe, like this video, and tap or click that bell button for video updates para ma-notify kayo if I have new videos about pregnancy and lifestyle. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye!